This time out, we're going to add a map section into our demo site. And we're back in our demo Squarespace website, which is on a free trial. This time, we're going to add a section in here. And let's add a blank section. I'm now going to add a block. And as you might have guessed, I'm going to go to map. From here, I've got the option to move the map around the page, resize it using the bounding box, and even drag it over to right to the edge of the page. So that's the standard positioning. If I go to edit section, I can actually reduce the fill screen option or remove it. And we can see the map now goes from the top to the bottom of this content block. Say we wanted to, I'm just going to use this text as placeholder, add a new text block here. And say we wanted to add some contact information, we can add that opposite the map section. And then we can put our title in. We can change our title to, let's go for heading 3. And now we've got a more advanced layout. We can also add a call to action button. If we didn't want to add the button, we could instead add a contact form. Now we have the issue with the form is taking up a lot more vertical space than the map itself. So what we can do instead is reduce this text block here, move the contact form up, just check that there's no extra spacing at the bottom of the form that we don't want, and then move the container, reduce the height so it moves the testimonial section below further up. And if, like me, you like everything to look nice and uniform and balanced, we can then bring that map so it's more of a square shape alongside it. We could also reduce the number of form fields in our contact form, which would do the same job. The map will work nicely if we go into the color option and invert it, and then we start breaking up the look of the page a little bit more so it gets tracked in sections, meaning that we've got a really nice divide to trick the eye into reading areas one section at a time. And we can see here that the map picks up the background color as well. But that was more of a happy accident in terms of the color palette I've chosen. But let's go back into the map option and look at what we've got available to us. So let's choose a different address. Now we've got built well, the map looks rather different because we've got a different mass of water. It's also zoomed out quite a lot as well in a very rural area. So instead we can go to design and we could change the map type. So I'd recommend just having a skip through, see which one looks best for you. So if we went with a black background for this section, just change it. The inverted or dark mode map could work quite nicely for you. There's still a clear divide between the map and that section, but that can work quite nicely. Light option, which is great for a white section, or if you wanted this heavy contrast option. Alternatively, one which I probably use the most is blue option. So this will just add water in as blue. And if we go to the control option and zoom out, we could go with the outline of Wales, bringing that blue color into the design. It really is up to you. The settings are really nice and straightforward here. Go to design for the map. We've got the option to add terrain as well. And we can see just how flat Wales isn't. And we got the option to toggle controls on or off. You can also set the zoom level, and it should save that in future. One final thing before we finalize with our map, and I've come up with some really nice novel concepts for this as well. So you can actually go with a thinner map option here, and then, for example, bring a photo alongside it. And that's quite a nice effect as well. You've got to make sure that there's not too much detail in that photo for it to work at its best. But let's just drop a stock photo. We'll add this in as well. This will work whether we're just taking a sliver of it in portrait mode, or whether it's a slightly wider ratio. I'm setting it to fill via the design setting, and that's a really nice context section. The reason I say we need to do that is, depending on the layout of our design, if we make it more compact, we can see we're seeing even less of that photo. Usually outdoor photos are the best for this, but as long as we're using that structure, that works really well. If you notice in this is from the Squarespace website tools, which is an advanced Chrome extension for Squarespace. There's an information in the description. I'm going to disable that just for a moment, but it brings me on to another topic. The same company have created an advanced map section that's built into Squarespace that looks just like Squarespace maps. However, the key benefit of this one is we could add multiple icons or map pointers per map. So we could zoom right out to, say, for example, Europe, and we could have pointers in different countries, in different locations, all on one map. And that's really good if we're working with larger clients who have multiple locations. And also there's an option to customize the look and feel of the map icon as well. I fully plan to create a dedicated tutorial on that topic, but in the meantime, I'll leave a link in the description so you can use my affiliate link if you're interested in purchasing that plugin. I'm going to jump over to mobile view just to see how this section is looking. Press edit. Navigate to the section I want to update. And we can see here that this is a little bit cramped here at the top. So let's start off by just moving that down a couple of blocks. And now I'm going to select the same with both the map and the image. So we can see here that the image has gone from portrait to landscape. And that's what I was saying about making sure we've got a photo that's really nice and versatile, that can switch between the two, because we want minimal scrolling on this one, but also for it to work and look right on desktop mode as well. If we want to reduce the gaps between the map and the image, we can go into edit section, and then we can click on this option here to remove the gap, or we can manually fine tune it. But let's remove it completely. And we're going to need to bring it down a little bit more for that left-hand side to give it some breathing space. And then we bring our map and our image down as well. So there we go. A couple of different ways of using the map tool in Squarespace. Don't forget to check out the link to Square Website's custom plugin if you're looking for multiple pointers on your Squarespace map, and it looks great too. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Cheers.